further. Okay, so welcome back. Okay, so we're going to be discussing about the further classes of the Python, and over the Python, we are trying to discussing with the data structures, that is lists, and let me go back and share my screen, and do let me know if my audio video both are fine. All right, so kindly give me confirmation. So there you are. Okay, visible?
Yes, sir.
Visible? Unfortunately, I just close my browser. Very sorry for that. Okay, welcome back. Actually, unfortunately, the things that happened once again. Okay, so welcome back. I'm just shared my screen. So kindly do let me know or kindly confirm if my audio video both are fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. So without any further ado, let me just say hi to the idle Python, and then the further things can be taken care. Okay, so now first thing first. So first thing first, let's just get into the folders which have been created. So we will be talking about the Python method. So this video or this session is completely for the Python methods that we're going to see. So we have already created a folder which is the everyday implementation of the same. So we are be talking about the same. So you can see there is a data structures folder that I have created, but as of now, I'll start it over as a data structure. So within this folder, so we have already seen that what are the key features of the list. Okay, so list are the ordered, list are the mutable, okay, and list are the heterogeneous, and list are the dynamic. All right, so everything is taken care, all the indexing, positive indexing, negative indexing. Okay, so if you still have any doubts, okay, so we can still make a repetitive session for that particular, and we will still make the utilization further. But this session is all about the list methods. So what I do is I'll take a new file in the same folder, and I'll just make the utilization. Okay, so here and there. Okay, now the first thing moment. Okay, the very first is like this is all about the list methods, and list the I'm gonna list the methods of the very thing. Okay, so the very first thing is, okay, as I given yesterday also, and I'm going to give it to today as well. So the very first one is we have, that is append. Okay, the very first is going to be append, which is going to add an elements. Okay, so and the second one is extend. All right, extend. Okay, so likewise, okay, so it is not mandatorily that the second should be extend or something, but to be precise, as per the practices of the data structures or list, right? We just name it as our convenience. All right, so like that. So we can just utilize wherever the methods is certainly needed. Okay, so there is something called as like insert, and next is remove. All right, remove, and next is, okay, yeah, we have a copy. Okay, and again, see, okay, so there sometime IntelliSense will also try to give an informations that what it's needed at that point of time. Okay, and we have count. Okay, and we have pop. Okay, and we have say it is like a reverse. Okay, and we have sort. Okay, and we have clear, clear, and index. We have index, absolutely right. And remove. We have, I think it's done. Okay, so everything is okay, everything is done. So there are almost like 11 methods. Remove already written. All right, so there are 11 methods that we see in terms of list. Okay, the very first one is append method. Append method is to add an element. Okay, so let's just talk about it and append once again. So append method adds an item to the end of the list. At the end of the list. All right. So this is something which helps to make us understand that, that adding an element to that particular. So the very first is like, okay, so you can take any list. Okay, you can take any list. All right. So I'll say that is list. Okay, so instead of using list word as in list, we can use the real-time examples. All right, we can use the real-time examples out of this particular. So let's just use it as like I'll say I'll say it as like languages. All right, languages equals to and the square brackets. Okay, so the moment when you say the equals to, that is an assignment operator, that is left hand side will get sent to right hand side. So in the languages, okay, so or you can say it's a computer language. Consider that as a computer language. So we have there is something called C, and we have there is something called C++. All right, and we have there is something called, let's say, Java. Okay, so we have there is something called Python. All right, Python like this. Okay, so three informations. Okay, there are other programming languages also. Okay, so we have a C sharp. All right, C sharp. All right. Okay, so C sharp is nothing but C hash. All right, so that's how it is. So okay, so not only these lists. Okay, so we will use the different things as well. Okay, so we'll say that is as like, all right, semiconductors. Said as like, semiconductors. Semiconductors equals to, and within this, okay, so there would be registers into that. Okay, register is one of the, okay, registers. All right, registers, one of the semiconductor, and we have capacitors, one of the things. Okay, and what we have transistors. Okay, transistors. All right, and we have diodes. Okay, diodes, one of the semiconductors. All right, so this is something which we can use as the list. All right, so it's not only just that. Okay, list is something which will consider the whole lot of information into this. So even if I say that is marks equal to, okay, so in that marks is like, we'll say that is as like say that is 123, 98, 97, 86, again 95, and say it is 94, six subjects, yeah, like that. And we'll say it as like subjects equals to, and for the subjects also we'll say it as like Kannada. All right, and we will say it as like English. Okay, English, and we'll say it as like Hindi, right, and we'll say it is like mathematics. Okay, and we'll say that is science, and one more is social science, is social science. All right. So anything the list that you are feel to be precisely telling about the information. So it is not just about that only the numbers that we can take. We can take any information. Okay. We can take any information. So at this moment of time, so instead of writing that is like, okay, so just say that is KAN, just abbreviation of this particular HIN. Okay, so like maths is MATHS maths. Okay, SCI. Okay, so it's like so SCI like that, because my company, the display is going too much, towards right hand side. So I just need something that to be visible properly at this moment of time. So that's why. Okay, so these are the list. All right. So out of this is like, so I have already added the information. These are static, but I'm using the append method in order to add them as a dynamic. So what do I do is you can select any list. Okay, select any list. All right, and you can, okay, select any list from above. Okay, from above and make make anywhere. Okay, make adding adding feature or make add any anywhere else. Okay, so anywhere. All right, so what do I do is, okay, so let's just utilize it as like, okay, so that is we just use, okay, semiconductors. All right, so you can say that is in a semiconductor, so I'll use just to simply take it as like copy and simply just paste. Okay, and you can use a dot, and if you just wait for some time, so intelligence, the intelligence of idle may come up and it tries to give you the reference that what method it should, but sometimes it will come, sometimes it will not come. Anyways, I'll say it as like append over here like this, and append is in a method which takes one parameter. It takes one parameter. So the parameter may be in terms of, if it is an, it may be anything. Okay, so if it is string, it will be in single quotation. If it is a number, it would don't have any quotations over that. So now what do I do is, for the semiconductors, I'll take it here. Okay, so okay, anything. So I'll say this as like, okay, so the mux, that is multiprocessor. Multiprocessor is called as like mux. All right, so mux, mux is a string, so that's why it is denoted in terms of single quotation, right? So if I go back and print the semiconductor, if I go back and print the semiconductor like this, so what appends is method adds an atom to the end of the list. If I go back, okay, so let me save the file first. Okay, so save it. Every time that what we change, okay, what we make change to the coding, we just need to save that. So as of now, I'm just saving it as like, list methods and click save. Okay, and how to run this? Go to run, click on a run module, and just to show you go. The mux is at the last. Okay, after diode, mux is at the last. All right. So now going further, okay, so once again, I'll say, okay, so I'll say that is semiconductors and dot, and I'll say that is append. And for this append again, so I'll say it as like, okay, so logic, okay, or it just say this logic gate. I'll say the logic gate, and this logic gate information supposed to be adding to the semiconductor. And once again, I would like to print that same thing. I print the semiconductor now, and you can see this is the first element added, and this is the second element added at the last of the list. Click on run, click on the run module, and now you can see mux and the logic gate has been added to that now. It had been added to that now. So like that, what it is clearly means that append is the person who adds the value at the last. This adds the values append last. And now, okay, so it is not only just that, okay, so it not only just adds the number which is already there as a list, it is also adds to the empty list. Okay, so empty checklist. Okay, so I'll just say this empty list like this, and for this empty list, I'll say that is as like the empty list dot, and you can say that is append. So I'll say this as like, okay, example 1, example add 1. So what do I do is, I'll say it as like, print, and it is empty list. All right, okay, so I'll say it here, that is value, okay, so is the list. Okay, so the list added, okay, list element added, and is list element added double quotes, and I'll say common. Comma is a separator operator which separates the previous thing and the commit thing. So list like this. I'll right click. Okay, so once again, so control S, save, go to run, click on run module, and you can see list element added. See, list element added, and example is enclosed with the square brackets. Where there is a square brackets, no, that is called as list. Remember that. So once again, I'll use this as like empty list, and once again I'll come back here. Okay, and I'll say this is here, so it's not only just the string, guys, I can use the numbers also. Okay, so and I'll say this is once again empty list. Okay, list added, list element added once again. So I'll say run module, click OK here, and then you can see, now you can see that the second one is gone. Second one is what? Second one is 12. Okay, so now once again I'll just use the same thing. Okay, so adding an element to the list, it is also possible with the empty as well as the current value of it. So I'll say it is like ABCD here, save it, and once again go to run, click on cannot configure, go to run, click on a run module, and click OK, and there you are, ABCD is coming at this moment of time, right? So every time, like, you just don't need to, you don't need to print this again and again. So I'm just showing this line because to understand that each single letter, okay, is a single string is getting added. So it is not needed to print like this. You can just pass the values like this. So this is first value, this is second value, and this third value. Even if you just print this line at the last, it's just one at last, this is enough to print the information on the screen. So click on a run module, click OK, and I can see only one is okay, list element added. Okay, so now what do I do is, okay, Okay, I'll not write this particular. So just a list element now. Click run module and click OK. And now you can see example 1, 12, and ABCD. And let me just make a bifurcate. Okay, so you can use these things again and again. Okay, so again and again like this. Okay, again and again. So you can add it at one shot. Okay, add it in one shot, and you can print it at one shot. Okay, so you don't need to print it each and every time. All right. So example 1, 12 ABCD. This is example number 2. I'll take it as example number 2, and I'll take it as like let's say that is 32, and here I'll say that is okay. So WXYZ like that. So if I go back and run this out, okay, so it may be the combination, okay, it may be anything. So you can see example 1, 12, ABCD, example 2, 32, WXYZ. Okay, so this have the values. Okay, so what am I trying to say is that append is a method which adds the elements to the last with the ongoing list, and it also adds the elements at the last with the taking empty list as well. So that's the beauty of append. Append is nothing but adding the values to the list. Okay, anywhere you can add it. Okay, after doing some logic also you can add it. So append is nothing but adding the values to the current list. That's how it will work. Okay, so going to the next method is extend method. Okay, so extend is something, all right, the second one, extend. Okay, so extend method is something something, okay, the method, or you can say that is the extend method adds all the items of the specified iterable specified iterable such as list, tuple, dictionary, dictionary, or string to the list. Okay, so don't need to worry. What are these tuple? What are these dictionary? What are this? What are the other things? Okay, dictionary but you might not know what is tuple, what is dictionary. So the next concept that after the list is tuple and dictionary only. So we'll specify in that. So going forward, you will understand. Okay, but as to understand that extend method which adds all the items. This is the word which we need to understand. What is it? Which adds all the elements, all the items of specified iterable. Okay, so I'll show it like, what is this? Okay, add all that. Okay, or add all that to the, again, end of a list. To a end of a list. To a end of a list. So now here, let's just consider. Okay, so now, so we have, okay, how many lists? Okay, so this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. Okay, and this is 5. Empty list is also one of the other list. All right, so now here, so what I do is I'll use the marks. Okay, I'll use the marks. Now here, what do I do is, okay, let's just comment this so that this should not impact me for my execution. So at this moment of time, I'll use that is marks is equals to whatever the list it has. Okay, so whatever the list it has. Okay, so anyways, marks over here, and this marks I wanted to add the subjects. Add the subject to the marks. So both of the list over here. So you can say this. Okay, how can I utilize it? How can you utilize this? That one thing. Okay, so one thing like you can say that is list one extends to list 2. You can do in this way. All okay. Otherwise, you can do it as like this way. That is list 2 extend to list 1. Either this or that. So that what I'm trying to say is like, okay, marks dot extends, okay, extend, and in the bracket it takes one parameter as usual that the append method is taking. So as usual, the extend method is also taking. So marks dot, and it is like subjects. Okay, so this is where marks extended to subjects. So okay, or you can do in this way, that is as like, okay, there is subjects, yeah, subjects dot and extend, and in the bracket it is like marks, like this. So now here that is subjects, all right, subjects extended to marks. Okay, marks extended to subject, subject extended to marks, or either the way you can apply on anything. So it is not only just with the marks and the subject, guys. Okay, so this is also can be applied on like language dot semiconductor language, all right, okay, semiconductor marks languages, semiconductor subject. So anything that you can do it. So any list is any iterable list, it can be extended, on upon it. Okay, so instead of doing this, you can just understand this way. So what is it? I'll take it here, that is as like, okay, so even list equals to, okay, even list is equals to, and I'll say it here, that is odd list is equal to, okay, two empty list are here. Okay, so this is empty, okay, this is empty list for even numbers, or you can say that is even numbers, okay, even numbers. And this is also a empty list, okay, empty list for odd numbers, okay, odd numbers, like that. I think somebody is okay. All right, odd numbers. Now, what do I do is, okay, so anyway, we know that is append. So what do I do is, I'll say that is even dot, okay, so not even dot, I'll say the even list dot, I'll say that is append, and into this, I'll take 2, okay, I'll take 2, and here, and here, and here. So just keep it as like brackets. And again, so I'll just simply copy this and paste, and paste, and paste, okay, 4 values. All right, so like 2, and I'll take 4, and I'll take 6, and I'll take 8. So that means the empty informations, okay, empty information is going to become a some value of information. So what I'll do is I'll just differentiate. Okay, so this line is not mandatory, but for our understanding purpose, I'm just taking this line. So now what do I do is, let's go back and print this, that is even list. All right, so once it is done that, sir, okay, now after this line, sir, what do I do? I'll take this odd list, okay, I'll take this odd list dot, and I'll do that is append. So append as like odd, it is like 1. And what do I do is I like, I'll just simply copy this as well, and I'll try to add another 4 values. Okay, so now here 1, and I'll say that is 3, and I'll say that is 5, and I'll just say that is 7. So now here, and going forward, and I'll say that is print, and in the bracket, and I'll call that what? It is odd list. It is like odd list, like this. All right, so this line is going to differentiate. The above is even list, below is odd list. Okay, so you can add the information just like this. Okay, so you can say this, and until here, whatever the previous are there, I'll just simply comment this. So because I really don't want this to be coming on my screen. All right, so I just wanted to purely work on this even and odd list. Okay, so now click on a run module, and it says asking to source must be saved. Okay to save, please. Okay to save. Now I can see 2468 is a even, and 13561 is a odd now. So what do I do is now? So I'll say that is print that is even and odd information, or odd elements in one list. So in that case, what do? We can use extend. Okay, so what do I do is, like, let's just say that is odd list dot, and you can say that is extend, and in the bracket, that is even list. You can say what? We can say even list. And once after that, and let's just go back. So where this extend is applied? Extend is applied on. Okay, extend is applied on even list. So what do I do is I'll print the even list. Information, and you can say this. So click on a run, go to model, and click OK. And now it is, you can see, okay, so even list is 52468. And let's just go back and print that is odd list. Now you'll understand where it is applied on. Okay, so it is not applied on even, but it definitely applied on odd now. So you can see what had happened. So you can see odd is like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 2 4 6 5. So what exactly happened when you say dot extend? Okay, so this odd list is getting extended with the even list. So that's the reason the odd list to be printed. So here is like, okay, so you can see, okay, so you can see it here before dot operator, before dot operator, whichever, okay, whichever the list is taken, whichever the list is taken, that list will be, that list will be impacted with its elements. Okay, that's how it is. So it is not only that odd list dot extends even list, it is vice versa also. It is vice versa also. It can be like even list dot and extends to, okay, extend to, that is odd list as well, odd list as well. Okay, so either this is fine, either this is anything you can do it, both are fine. Okay, so when you do that, okay, when you do that, and now let's go back and print this out. So now in here, there is, I'll say that is, even list now. All right, even list now. All right, so now save everything, click on a run, module, and you can see this was a previous. Now it is once again even is applied on that. 24688. Okay, 2468, 2468. Twice it is extended. See, it is extended. Okay, first of all, it is extended here. First of all, it is extended here. Once again, it is extended on the event. So that's the reason the current event list is like this. So extend is nothing but adding the entire list to the existing list. That's what the method is telling about. Clear? Okay, perfect. Going forward, the third one is insert method. Insert method is said to be like, very, very important one. So which will be considered as like the more effective kind of coding in terms of list methods, because insert, until here append and uh, extend took one parameter, but insert takes two parameters. But however, insert is a place where where a person is, always tries to add the to information to the information to the any places. So that's how it will work. That's how it will work. So we try to be we try and go ahead and see that how it's going to be working and everything. All right, so now going forward, so insert method, okay, it's a very beautiful. So what I'll do is now I'll take it as like vowels, all right, equals to, all right, vowels equal to square bracket, and at this moment of time, so I'll take it as like a, just a, that's enough. Okay, I'll take a. Okay, so as you all know that it is A, E, A, I, O, U. All right, so as of now, I have taken A, and this time I'll not take that is E, but I'll take I, and I'll not take O, and I'll take U. All right, I'll take U, and you can see like how beautifully I'll make it as like as a utilization of insert method. So what is insert method? Just to understand. Okay, so I just not given. Okay, so insert method inserts an element to the list at the specific, okay, at the specific place or specific index, or it is also called as position. It's called position. Okay, so index is the place where where the elements are provided. So we all know that, right? We all know that, right? So now here, so now what do I do is let's make complete elements or complete elements of vowels. Okay, complete elements of vowels. All right, so what are the vowels, sir? It's A, I, O, U, but what I have A, I, U. So we have, I need to add E and I need to add O. All right, so this is the, like what said, is sorted order, is it? So sorted order, what? It is incremented order. Okay, that is increasing order, right? Increasing order, right? So now Now let's go back and do this. Okay, so now you can see. So I know that. Okay, so if I do the append, value will get adds to the last and even if I do the extend, right? Even if I do the extend, this is where also it adds the values. All right, so adds to the last, right? Adds to the last. But I want a specular place. I want a specific or a specular place where that E is supposed to be placed right after A, right after A. So for that reason, what do I do is I'll say that is vowels dot and I'll say that is insert. So insert method works. Okay, insert method works. Okay, so let me just give it to the syntax. And now coming back to here, so that is insert. And if we are talk about the syntax of insert, all right, if you talk about the syntax of insert work like this. So within this bracket, it takes two parameters. One is, okay, so one is, the very first is like it will take the index value. All right, it will take that is index value. All right, it takes the index value and it takes the value and it takes the element value. It takes the element value. All right, so this is how it will work. So now coming back to this, what is an index right after A? It is 1, right? So index is always starts with a 0, right? Index with always, okay? So this index always starts with a 0. First element is always start with a 0. So after the 0, okay? So like you can see this, okay? So I have A, okay, E, okay, say I, O, and U. So if it is considered to be list, the first element is 0, second element is 1, third element is 2, okay, fourth element is 3, okay, fifth element is 4. Okay, so since it is starting from a 0, that doesn't mean that it doesn't have a count. It has a count. 0 is also a count. So don't confuse yourself. 0 is also a count. 0 is also the count. 0 is also the count. Remember that. So now coming back to this. Now what do I say? What do I say? What is the index position, sir? Index position is 1, comma. And what value, sir? It is E. What value, sir? It is E. So it is inserted. Now I would like to print the vowels. Okay. Vowels. Okay, so this is the spelling. So maybe that is spelling mistake. Don't make a spelling mistake. So click on run, click on a run model, click on a run, and click on a run model, click OK. And I can see AE has came in now. So earlier it was just AEI, okay, AIU. So before print, okay, so I can say it here. That is, I'll say that is in a print, before. I'll say this in a print bracket. It is like before insert, before insert, vowels are, okay, so before insert vowels are colon like this and comma for this, okay, sorry, double quote comma for this, and I'll say that is in VOLES vowels like this, and this is after insert, right? I'll say here it is like, okay, after insert, after insert vowels are, okay, so I'll just say comma here and let's just say comma here. All right, so now here, okay, okay, so now click on a run, and run model, click OK. So now here you can see before insert vowels are AIU and after insert vowels are AEIU. And now what we need? I need O also. Where? Third position. So now what do I do is here itself I'll say that is vowels, again vowels dot insert, and where we want it is, we want the third index, and what we want? We want O, like this. So I'll go to the run, click on the run module, click OK, and now you can see, okay, so before insert was AIU and now it is AEIOU. I can see the U is there. Okay, so it is AEIU. That completes the vowels. Understood? So insert is method is something which takes the index position as well as the data associated with it. And this can be done. Okay, so this is a beautiful and the powerful method. This can be utilized when the problem solving factors which comes in Python, with its of list kind of a thing. So okay, we can must use it. All right, so going forward, hope this is clear with it. Okay, so if you have any doubts, just you can ask me.
No, sir.
Okay, so that's how it is. So let's move on to other method, and we'll see one after the next. Okay, so going forward, the fourth one. Okay, so until here, we are just adding only, right? Let's talk about a remove method also. So it is not just adding the things, we can actually remove also. Okay, so whenever there is an add thing which comes into, right, so there is also should be the remove also there, and there is also update should be there. So that's how we will come across, and that's how we will introduce the operations called CRUD operation. So CRUD is nothing but create, read, update, delete. So now going forward, the remove method is okay. So the remove method, okay, so the remove method is going to remove the value. So so remove method removes the matching, right, removes the matching element. All right, remove the matching element. All right, remove the matching element, and which is okay, which is passed as okay. So which is passed as an argument or parameter, which is passed, as parameter. Okay, so parameter is really important. Okay, really important, and that is from the list. Remember this. Okay, so now at this moment of a time, okay, so at this moment of a time, so very first thing is like, okay, so what I do is, okay, so I'll just utilize any one of the list from this above. Okay, so I'll use any one of the lists from this above, empty list or something like that. Okay, so I'll just place it here. All right, so I'll use any one of these here. So let's just remove the information from anywhere else. All right, so anything that you fix is okay. I think empty list is actually the one which is going too much high. So let me just run this and get to see like what list is going too much high. So that I can remove from there. Okay, you can see that is like 2468 1357 2468. It's already that. This is something like even odd that the moment before that we didn't. So let me try to remove the information from that particular. So now in here. So what do I do is, okay, so I'll say that is even list. Okay, so say it is like even list dot, and we'll say that is remove. And this remove, which exactly takes one parameter, and we just must need to give here the elements. So when it is come to the remove method, so we just need to talk about the syntax. So what the syntax is talking about the remove. So remove is something. So within this bracket, so we just need to give the element information, that is element value. So whatever the element value that it is given in the bracket, so that will be removed. So what will I do is, okay, so instead I'll say that is please remove 2, and then after that I would like to print the even list. All right, so you can see that is okay, so even list like this. Okay, so until here, so I'll keep the AEIOU, and what even it says here. So what do I do is, okay, so I'll just add the commenting section here, and the even list is empty even list. So that's the reason. What do I do is I'll just keep it here. Okay, so there your even list is activated, and odd list is activated, insert is activated, and okay, fine. So let's just go back and click on a run and click on a run module. Okay, click on a run module, and there you go. So 2 had been executed. 2 has been isolated. Okay, so 2 is not there. Earlier it was 2468, now it is just 4. Okay, now it is just 4. Okay, so we can use the remove only to remove a single element, only a single element. You can see, you can use it n number of times. So you want to do like remove 4, and you can say remove 5, and you can say that is remove 7, and you can say that is remove 6 again. Okay, so and one more thing, whatever the value you are taking here, okay, so this is like, value number one. Okay, these are the values. Okay, so these are the values. Okay, so we must, okay, so the value, okay, very, very thing, okay, value must present, okay, value must present in the given list, in the given list, okay, in the given list or applied list. Okay, so present, okay, in the present in the applicable or applied list. Again, I mean, what is applied list? This is applied. This is where the list is getting applied over remove method. Okay, remember that. So if I go back and run this out, all this removes, and you can see the even list is just left with 8, 1, 3, 5, okay, 1, 3, 2, okay, 4, 6, 8. Again, there is a 2 value. Even after it is removed here, even after it is removed here, still there is 2, because earlier there was a 2 over here, there was a 2 over here, right? That means 1, 2 is removed. Okay, so do we have a 4? Yes, we have a 4. We have a 5? No 5. Okay, we have a 7? We don't have a 5. We don't have a 7. We have a 6? Yes, we have a 6. Okay, so you can see. Okay, so 2 is there already. I'll keep it as it is. 4 is there already. I'll keep it as it is. Okay, so 5 is not there. 5 is not there. 7 is not there. But however, I'll keep it as that. Okay, what happens is just can see this. If the values are there, so you can see it is still the same. That is 813, 2468. 813, 2468. It is not been any changed. So what do I do is, okay, simply do it once again like this. That is 246. I would like to remove them now. Okay. What happened? It is inserted. Okay, I think something had happening. Okay, append is there already. Okay, so it is appending, and at the same time I'm removing. So that's the problem. So what we need to do is we need to stop it here. What we need to stop it here. So this one and this one, we need to stop it here. Okay, so and it is extending. Let me just remove this. Okay, there you are. See, odd list is not defined. See, because I had used the comment here. So let me just not add them. Okay, so now run this out. Okay, don't confuse here, guys. Okay, so I'm not just, and again say remove X is not in the particular list, and there is something like, okay, so it's like it is like even list dot remove two. And it is saying remove two is not there in the list. So that's how it is. Now the two is not there. Understanding? So now, okay, so I'll just I'll just not use it and just try to see, Okay, so let me just comment these things. Let me just comment these things, and let me just try to see what elements what elements is currently is left over after the removing the values. All right, so let me just comment this. Okay, save it, and I would like to see what is the even list right now. So go back, run as, there you are. So it is empty right now. So all the values are removed. Okay, and how about the odd list? Print odd list. How about the odd list? And click on a run, click OK. Okay, odd list is also removed. Odd list is also removed because it is not there now. It is empty right now. It is empty right now, and it is removed. Each and everything is removed. Okay, so earlier it was there are other numbers that have been removed, and now you can see this. I'll just take off these things, and I'll take off these things. So if it is append, 2468 will be append, 1357 will be append. So I'll print the even list, and I'll print the odd list. Again it will come back. Again it will come back. You can see that's how it is. Okay, append is something adds, remove is something removes. See, it had came now. Okay, 2468, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 2468. It is extended. Where? It is extended here. And it is got printed. And it is got printed. It is extended also. It is extended also. And vowels is also done. Vowels is also done. Vowels is also done. All right. So after the vowels, what had happened? Okay, so I have not removed anything. So let me just now remove the 2, remove the 4, remove the 6. Now you can see. I'll click on run and run module. You can see the 2 has been gone. Earlier there was, here there was a 2. Okay, sorry. Okay, so 2 is here, 4 is here, 6, 8 is. Okay, so 2, 4, 8, 6. Okay, 2, 4, 6 is still there. 2, 4, 6 is there, but the earlier 2, 4, 6 is removed. After removing 246, it is it is leaving like this. So that's how it is. Remove is nothing but removing the values. Adding is append is nothing but adding values. Insert is nothing but adding it a specific values. Sorry, adding it the specific position. That's how it is. So we just need to understand by its characteristics of the methods of the list, guys. Understanding everything? Perfect. So instead of making some more confusion at this moment of time, let me just let me just comment each and everything for the entire past. Okay, so I'll just comment now. I'll go with the fresh new list now. So what do I do is, okay, so what do I do is, let's take the list of prime numbers. I'll say that is prime numbers. All right, prime numbers equal to square brackets. What are the prime numbers? Okay, so it is like 2, 3, 5, okay, 7, okay, 7 and 9 and 11. Right? 9 is a prime number or what? No, 9 is not a prime number. Okay, but anyways, let's say this way. I'll take a 9. Okay, I'll take a 9 because let me remove it. Okay, so I'll take a 24 as well. All right, I'll take a 24 as well. So now here. So what do I do is, okay, so the question is, okay, so I'll give, above given list is a combination of all numbers, but we just make it into prime numbers, right? So that's how it is. So what do I do is, okay, so I'll say it in this way. I'll give it as like a numbers. All right, numbers. All right, so the question is given list. I'll say it this way, like given list contains few numbers, okay, perform appropriate action, or yeah, perform appropriate action appropriate action, and display only prime numbers out of it. Okay, prime numbers in separate list. Okay, so what they're doing, and so I'll take some more numbers also. Let's just say 30, and let's just say 45, and I'll say that is 43, and let's say 11 is already there. Okay, 13, okay, and then 17, and then okay, that's it. Okay, so these are all the given numbers, and out of which, okay, so appropriate action. So as per now, we had understood. Okay, as per now, we had understood that. Okay, so we just need to remove the numbers. All right, remove the numbers, and we can just make it as like updated. We just need to update. So out of this is like, how many numbers are removed. Okay, so what do I do is, I'll say that is as like numbers. All right, so the n should be small letter always. All right, so I'll say that is as like numbers. Okay, first number, what it's supposed to be removed. I'll say that is please remove it. What number remove? We can remove the 9. First thing. And again, I'll say there is numbers dot. We'll use the remove. Okay, so what number we can remove? We can remove the 24, right? And I'll say that is as like numbers dot. Okay, numbers dot. Okay, so I'll say that is remove. Okay, remove. And what can I remove? I can remove 30 also. And I'll say that is numbers dot. And I'll say that is remove. I can remove 45 also. And I'll say that here is like numbers dot remove again. Okay, so it can be the best way that you can actually use the remove method for the betterment of coding. So you can see here, okay, so 9, 24, 30, 45, and only 4 elements which are divides by other number as well. Rest of them are like divides themselves or divide by 1. So I'll say now, okay, so I'll say it here, okay. So it is like, okay, so like, we can say it here. The very first thing is like a prime number, okay. Prime numbers are the numbers, okay. Prime numbers are the numbers, okay, which divides, okay, which divides by itself or by 1. Okay, so below numbers should be removed from the list and it is now. I'll say here that is okay. So updated list now. What I'll say, it is updated list now. All right, so I'll say that is prints and in the bracket, and I'll say it here that is like updated list of prime numbers. Okay, prime numbers like this. Okay, colon, comma. Okay, so one space, comma, like this, and we'll call it as like numbers. All right, like this. Now I'll just simply go back, click run model, click OK, and I can see. Okay, so 2, 3, 2, 3, 5, say that is 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 43, 13 and 17 are the prime numbers. Okay, so this is how we will actually make it. And one more thing, so I say that a given list is contains a few numbers, perform the appropriate and display the prime number in separate list. So what do I do is I'll take here, that is as like separate is like, okay, so I'll take that is prime numbers equal to empty list. Okay, and what do I do is at this moment of a time I'll say that is like prime numbers. Okay, so instead of, okay, I would like to print the prime numbers, and before the prime numbers I'll apply something. Updated list is, okay, what I apply is I'll use the append method. You can see that is prime numbers dot, and I'll say it is like append. So append at what? Append at what? Okay, sorry, that numbers. Okay, we just need to append the numbers. Okay, append the numbers which after remove, right? Prime numbers, and now please append the numbers like that. We can apply this way also. Like, let's just go back and run this and let's just check back. Okay, there you are. Updated numbers are 2, 3, 5, 7, like this, like this. Like this, updated list of prime numbers. Can see? So this prime numbers is got appended the entire numbers of list. Entire number of list just like that. So append is not only just appends with a single letters, it appends the entire list also. That is one of the beautiful and the powerful mechanism of append method is. You can see 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 43, 13, 17. So this is the list. This is the prime list now. This is the prime list right now. Right? This is the prime list right now. Okay, prime number list right now. So this is how we will just utilize it. So as of now, we had seen the 4 different one. We had seen append, we had seen extend is not capital, it's small letter. Okay, so we had seen reset, we had seen remove. All right, so the rest of the methods we'll see in the next session, and until then, take care. And if you have any questions, please do come up. Otherwise, we are good to close.